Hello there, my name's Eric, your learning futurist. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the use of virtual reality, augmented reality in learning contexts. I have a bunch of roles and situations that made these projects arise. You can find more information about that and links I'll be sharing in just a little bit. First, I'm going to try and build a little bit of context for us, then I'll share maybe a past project or two that led into this one, and then I want to talk about this particular project called the My Hometown Project, which I'm finding to be truly rewarding and very useful, especially now that we're not being able to have our study abroad programs as we used to. Oh, and myerichawkins.com is one of the websites that you'll be able to see past research and projects based around this and other related immersive learning projects. Do a bunch of stuff with virtual reality, both in my lab, in research, and in the classrooms that I teach here at the Kyoto University of Foreign Studies here in Kyoto, Japan. Also, even more into augmented reality and the applications in informal learning, and basically having students create projects around the idea of coupling realities, coupling digital and real things. So, My Hometown Project. As many universities had this happen, we went to emergency remote teaching, and all of our study abroad programs had been postponed and canceled. And so I was already doing some virtual vocational training programs in our classroom here at our university, and so I immediately kind of pivoted those systems, those programs, and the platform I was developing for that to support our study abroad programs that were unavailable. So the whole idea of the project is to train students to create, curate, and share tours of their hometowns in virtual reality. And we're getting a whole bunch of great responses from this particular program. It's a course, but it's also a platform I've developed over several iterations for several reasons. If I have time, I'll go into them in this video. But you can find more full information at a link I'll give at the end of this video. There's been research that's been done around, already published, and the ongoing research that's still happening around this project. You can find that on my website, or just do a search on your favorite research index and you'll find some stuff. Some of the first research came out in 2019, but the project or iterations of it started earlier than that. Here's what it looked like in one of the first years. I believe this is 2019 or 2018. In the classroom, students are taking a vocational tourism course on how to design, curate, and guide a tour of famous landmarks in Kyoto. And I pivoted that into having the students talk about their hometowns around this time as well as one of the options given to them. And a lot of good things came about that option for many of the students. At this time, we were using Google Cardboard and Google Expeditions, which have been sunsetted, which is another reason why I went off and developed my own platform for this project. Now it's turned into a bunch of extra facilitations, an online course, an asynchronous set of materials, and a platform from which to share, create, and curate tours for the students for the purpose of actually traveling to these places and seeing where other students around the world grew up and the stories they have to share. There's a website that's been created around this, a course that's been created through Moodle and other LMS platforms, and we use a couple of other online tools to facilitate the larger discussion and facilitate help for the students in these programs. A lot of great things have been said about this project. Students are one of the things that comes out pretty much in every group, every cohort of students, is they feel like they get to know their classmates even better. They feel closer to their classmates. And this sentiment is both in the in-class version and the online versions. it's a little bit intimate to invite somebody into your house, into your home. They're not really into going into a house, for example, but showing somebody the street they grew up and the stories around that. There's really a closeness that's been amplified by students participating in this project. And we're seeing other comments about feeling like they were able to step in the shoes of another person that grew up in a culture or a place that before that time was alien to them. Now it looks a little bit more like this as an iteration. I think this is a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, about 2020. Switched to WebVR to facilitate a lot of these tours and have a place, a static place, where students can come in and take them in virtual reality. This is a WebVR environment where students can come in and perhaps meet another student, and students created their kind of promotional posters of their virtual tours, and we put them on the walls, and you can come in and peruse the posters, and if you wanted to travel to that location, you just touched on that poster and you were transported to that place. In this example, one student created a tour of where they grew up in Arashiyama, Kyoto, Japan, here next to the university. There's a bamboo forest and other things there, and you get to hear narration, see videos, and other kind of supplemental media that go along with a virtual tour. This is using an older version. This is Google Tour Creator, and that was also sunset several years ago. So now I've developed my own platform, and I'm happy to share with you all the different iterations and the research that went into developing something for the students, things around data collection and privacy and all that stuff are ongoing discussions on my website as well. The latest iteration, we had 4 universities and a host of different countries join us, and it only made it that much more engaging and rewarding as the networks of scale and the variety of perspectives get introduced to this system. We have a couple of testimonials, which I won't share right now, but you can go check those out on the website, which I'll share in just a moment. And I'm also proud to say this became a TED Talk. And you can find that also at TED.com if you search for My Hometown Project or me, Eric Hawkinson. So now, I'd like to invite you to come and participate as an individual interested in immersive technology, or as a group with your students, or maybe just invite your students to reach out and participate individually as well. We're running through with cohorts at the moment, so I start the new cohort in May, probably stop taking in new participants sometime in July, and it will run until mid-summer. And we'll start it up again. Probably the next iteration will be open-ended. As the number of participants grows, the number of cohorts will hopefully increase as this moves on. We'll see, but I intend to, and I have every intention of running cohorts at least, whether that be scheduled or not, for the next several years in this program. Because we have some ongoing research and development already happening for next versions of this as well. Please reach out to me, erichawkinson.com, or go back to our website, togetherlearning.com/myhometown to learn more about this particular project. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye now.